In this video, I am going to show you how to use the SkyCiv software. So you can just Google SkyCiv, and if you haven't already, you'll have to create an account. And if you already have an account, then obviously just go to log in. Okay. Once you're here, you're going to go to Truss/frame and hit launch. So the way this works is every joint is going to be classified as a node. So you're going to start inserting nodes. Before we do that, let's actually change our settings, because I like to have things in imperial, so not meters, but feet. And then K is, or kip, is 1,000 pounds, but I didn't really teach that in PoE, I don't believe. So I'm going to change things to pound, although we're not really doing any of these pressure moments anyway. All I care about is that the length is actually in feet. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and add some nodes or joints. And it goes by like a Cartesian coordinate system. So you're identifying the x coordinate and a y coordinate, and everything's relative to each other. So I always start with node 1 being at 0, 0. And then node 2, you can do 5 and 5. I'm just kind of doing this a little randomly. And I'm going to put another node here, so that would be 5, 0. And then we'll do another one at 10, 0. Okay, now that we have our 4 joints, or nodes as they're called, I'm going to go ahead and add members. And you have to drag it from point A to point B. And I like to actually lock this so you don't mess up your graphic window, which is kind of a good habit. All right, let's add our... Keep adding the rest of our members. Good. Go back. And now we're going to have to add a support. We're going to need always a pin and a roller. So node ID, sometimes it lets you click. There we go. Okay, so you have to... I don't know why that doesn't work. Alright, sorry about that. So for supports, there's a way to make it click. I find it sometimes easier to actually just type in the node number, because clicking is kind of fickle. So I want a pin right here. Pin at node 1 and hit apply. And then at node 4, I want a roller and hit apply. Again, there's a way to click, but it gets a little fickle. I find it easier just type in the node. And now we have our nodes, our members, and our support. Now we're going to add our point loads. So we're going to have to add it directly on a node. So let's add it on node 2. And we'll call it 0 in the x and negative 5,000 in the y. And negative is just to have it be pointing down, because positive would be pointing upward. And that's pretty much it. Obviously, you can add more if you want, but that's good enough just to show you how to make this work. And then once you're done, you can hit solve, and it'll check to make sure that it can be solved so that you have what's called a determinate truss. There's not too many variables. It usually doesn't take this long, so hopefully it goes quickly. Yep, there it goes. And then once you're here, there's different information that you're able to extract once you solve your truss. Only a few things are free, the rest you have to pay for, but fortunately, the things that we want for this class are part of the free edition of this software. So I'm going to turn on reactions, and that'll give you your X and your Y reactionary forces. Now, for the pin, you could have an X, but because we only had something in the Y, we don't have anything in the X. Just to show you what I mean, let's go ahead and add another point load at node 2 for 1,000. And then when you go to reactions, you'll see your X, your Y1, and your Y2. And you can also go ahead and hit axial, and then that will let you know your how much tension or compression is being applied to every single member of your truss. And that's pretty much it. That concludes how to use SkyCiv.